afternoon, students. So you are asked to complete the problems up to 31st in the studies class. But now today we need to continue from 32nd onwards. But here some comprehension type questions are also given. So now let us go through those. Okay. So here one passage is given for us in that an insect moves along a circular path of radius 10 centimeters. Means one insect is moving along the circumference of a circle having the radius 10 centimeters like this. Okay. And here the radius is 10 centimeters. If it takes 1 minute to move from a point on the path to diametrically opposite point, means from here, if it starts from here, the given thing is, if it takes 1 minute to move from a point A, from a point on the path to the diametrically opposite point, means like this, up to here, let it be B. The time taken by the insect from here to here is 1 minute. That is equals to 60 seconds. So these are the details given to us in the passes. Now let us see the distance. 30 seconds. The distance covered by the insect is or diametrically half in the sensor. We know that already we have seen for the half circle distance is given as half into 2 pi r. Okay, so 2 gets cancelled, 5 value you can 22 by 7, you can take it as 3.14 into r is given as 10 centimeters, right? So that this will be 31.4 centimeters will be the distance. So that is what 32nd one. The average speed of the insect is, here average speed in the sense total distance traveled by average speed in the sense total distance traveled by total time taken. So total distance traveled is 31.4 centimeters by time taken is 60 seconds. So by simplifying this, you will be getting the average speed. And the displacement of the insect is, displacement in the sense you know that starting point and ending point. So this is nothing but the displacement. So 10 plus 10, that is 20 centimeters will be the displacement. So that is 34. So displacement will be 20 centimeters. On 35th one, the average velocity of for all these questions, this is only the information. So you may have the doubt that sir, time is not given. How 1 minute is given? That's only means this is the starting point of the insect, this is the ending point of the insect, and the time taken to travel this is 60 seconds. That means 1 minute. So with it, we have to apply these details for all these 32nd, 33rd, 34th, 35th also. Now, average velocity of the insect is. So, average velocity of the insect in the sense, again, net displacement, okay, net displacement by total time taken. That means 20 centimeters by time taken is 60 centimeters, 60 seconds. So by solving this, you will be getting all the answers. So this is how we have to complete any passage type questions also. So here we have given one more passage also. So now let us go through that. Right? So now let us go through this passage. The lecture theatre of a college is 15 meters wide. Lecture theatre means like seminar hall, like, okay. So for that dimensions are given. Wide, it is 15 meters wide, and it has a door at a corner. At a corner it has one door. A teacher enters at 12 noon through the door and makes 10 rounds along the 15 meters wall. Okay, 10 rounds along the 15 meters wall back and forth during the period, and finally leaves the classroom at 12:50 p.m. through the same door. So what is the time taken by the lecturer? Okay, he enters into that theatre, by 12 o'clock, noon, 12 p.m. and he leaves it from 12:50 p.m. So what is the time taken? 50 minutes. Okay, so now let us write the details of this. So t is equals to 50 minutes. Okay. Next, he enters into the theater and he moves. Try to understand this. He makes 10 rounds along the 15 meters wall back and forth. Okay, 15 meters, one round in the sense. So 15 meters like this, moving and coming. For one round, the distance is 15 plus 15, 30 meters. Displacement is 0. Okay, so like this, how many rounds are there? 10 rounds are there. Okay, so that's what you can understand. So now let us go through these problems. 36th one. What is the total distance traveled by the teacher? Total distance traveled. How many rounds are there? 10 rounds. For each round, what is the distance? 15 meters back and forth. 15 plus 15, 30 meters. So as it is given that 10 rounds, 10 into 30, 300 meters is the distance traveled here. Got it? Next, average speed of the teacher is. So next question is average speed. That is, average speed is equals to total distance traveled by total time taken. So that is 300 meters by time taken is 50 minutes. So meter per minute. Otherwise, you can convert this into seconds. So, but here in the options, per minute is given, so that you can simplify like this. There will be no problem. And next one is the total displacement of the teacher is. 38th one is the total displacement of the teacher is. We know that for one round, 15 meters like this, and again comes back. For one round, what is the displacement? 0. For 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 10 rounds, 10 rounds, also displacement is 0. So here, the displacement of the teacher is 0. And the next question is the average velocity of the teacher is. So we know that average velocity is equals to net displacement by time. As the net displacement is 0, or time 50 minutes, so average velocity also becomes 0. So like this, so we should go through the comprehensive passes. First, what things are given in the passes, and also we have to think that what things we have to find. So by using the details and the values given in the passes, we can go through that problem. Okay. So now these passes is completed. So next we are going for the another problem. So for some problems I will explain. For some problems I will give you the clues so that you can go through these problems. Right? Now 40th one. An automobile travels on a straight road for 40 kilometers at 30 km per hour. That means distance speed is given. For first 40 kilometers, it moves with 30 km. Then continues in the same direction for another 40 km with 60 km per hour. Okay, very easily you can solve this. First 40 kilometers, next 40 kilometers. Equal distances. For equal distances, average speed is given as 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. For equal time intervals, average speed is given by v1 plus v2 by 2. So by using this, you can find what is the average velocity of the car during the 80 km trip. Average velocity means the total displacement, okay, by total time taken. And here time is not given, but you can find out easily because speed equal to distance by time, time is equals to distance by speed. By using this, you can solve the 40th and 41st. A car travels up a hill at a constant speed of 40 km per hour and returns down the hill at a constant speed of 60 km per hour. Calculate the average velocity and average speed of the round trip. Average velocity becomes 0 because it is completed. One trip is completed. So displacement will be 0. So that average velocity also will be 0. So when it comes to average speed, car travels up a hill and also returns down along the same hill. That means again indirectly here also it is given that distances are equal. So that again you can go through that 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2 by using the concept of average speed. So in the average speed we have seen 3 cases. Okay, when the distances and time intervals are given, when the speeds and time intervals are given, and the speeds and distances are given, we have seen that. Okay, next 42nd one. A particle starts moving along the x-axis with a constant velocity 4 meters per second. After 2 seconds from the start of the motion, of the first particle, another particle starts in the same direction with the same position with constant velocity of 6 meter per second. Calculate the time at which the second particle will catch the first particle. Okay, so now let us try to go through this problem because this is a different model. A particle moves along the x-axis. X-axis in the sense like this. If it starts from here, it moves like this. So it is moving with a speed of 4 meter per second. 4 meter per second. Okay. After 2 seconds, another particle starts in the same direction with the same position, means starting point also same, with a constant velocity of 6 meter per second. 6 meter per second. Calculate the time at which the second particle will catch the first particle. Got it? Calculate the time at which the second particle will catch the first particle. Okay. Now, calculate the time at which the second particle will catch the first particle. Okay, that means here the second particle is moving with the constant velocity of 6 meter per second. After some time t, we assume that it catches the first particle. So at that time t, that the first particle, so let it be present somewhere here at this point. So let the time taken by the second particle to travel this distance, first second particle catches the first particle in the sense distances are same for both. Okay, whenever if the distance traveled by the first particle is reached by the second particle also, then only we can say that catches, both meets together. Both are meeting together, starting point is same, is distances are equal. So let the time taken by the second particle to reach the first particle, let it be t. So what about the time taken by the first particle? For the first particle, already it has traveled 2 seconds, and also during this t time also it is going to travel. So here the time taken for the first particle is 2t plus 2, because after 2 seconds of the first particle only, then the second particle is sorted. So if the time taken by the second particle is t seconds, then the time taken by the first particle will be t plus 2. Okay, so now we have to equal the distances. Okay, now what is the distance traveled by the first particle? Distance equal to speed into time. Both distances are equal. Okay, so here distance is speed into time. So 4 into t plus 2 is equal to 6 into t. 6 into t. So 4t plus 8 is equals to 60. So let us bring this side. 60 minus 4t is equals to 8. 2t is equals to 8. So t is equals to 4 seconds. Okay. So t means the time taken by the second particle to catch the first particle is 4 seconds. But already after 2 seconds this has started its motion. So the total time is that 2 plus this 4. Okay, so the total time taken by the particle, for this one is total time is 2 plus 4, 6 seconds is the answer. Got it? So like this we have to solve. Now let us go to the next problem. A man walks on a straight road from his home to a market 2.5 kilometers away with a speed 5 km per hour. Finding the market is closed, he instantly turned and walks back home with a speed of 7.5 km per hour. What is the magnitude of average velocity and average speed, and time intervals are also given here: 0 to 30 minutes, 0 to 50 minutes, and 0 to 40 minutes. Okay, so this is how I will give you some guidelines to solve this problem. Okay, a man walks on a straight road from his home to the market, okay, which is at a distance of 2.5 kilometers. 2.5 kilometers, right? And with a speed of 5 km per hour. With a speed of 5 km per hour. Finding that market is closed, and he instantly turns and walks back home with a speed of 7 point. So while coming back, he moves with a speed of 7.5 km per hour. Okay. Now here we have to find the magnitude of average velocity for 0 to 30 minutes, 0 to 50, 0 to 40, and also average speed for these three also. So now let us find the time taken by the man from home to the market and market to the home. Then only we will come to know, because here 0 to 30 minutes, 0 to 50, 0 to 40 is given. So we should locate at that. If you want to find the average speed or average velocity at 30 minutes, 0 to 30. At 30 minutes, what is the position of the man? At 40 minutes, what is the position of the man? At 50 minutes, what is the position of the man? So for that, if you know the final destination position, then only we can find either distance or displacement covered. So now let us find time here for the forward journey. T is equals to distance by speed. So 2.5 by 5 is equals to half an hour. That means 30 minutes. Means for the first 30 minutes, so home to market. So very easily you can solve. For 0 to 30 minutes, distance traveled in the sense average velocity. Okay. For 0 to 30 minutes, average velocity, the 2.5 by 2.5 kilometers by 30 minutes, I mean half an hour, means 2.5 by 1 by 2, and 5 kmph kilometer per hour you are getting. You can solve it. Like this, average speed of the man regarding even for this, average speed also will be same, because distance also 2.5 by 1 by 2. But here you need to remember that if the distance is in kilometers, speed should be in kilometer per hour. So here the distance is in kilometers, that is why 30 minutes for understanding we have converted, but we should express this in hours. Then you can get very easily. Okay, next 0 to 50 minutes. So for the 50 minutes, what is the position means? You can find this one also. What is the time taken by the man to in the return journey, means from the market to the home. So here the time is again the distance by speed, 2.5 by speed is 7.5. Okay, so there is 1 by 3 into 60 means 20 minutes. So from here to here, market to home, the time taken is 20 minutes. So for the 50 minutes, 50 minutes means starting point and again ending point. For the 50 minutes, average speed will be 2.5 plus 2.5, 5 kilometers by 50 minutes. 5 kilometers by 50 minutes gives the average speed. Average velocity will be, so starting point and ending point are the same. Average velocity will be 0. Okay. And one more problem here we have 0 to 40 minutes. At the 40 minutes, what is the position? At the 40 minutes, so 0 to 30 minutes here, 40 minutes, return journey 20 minutes, so you have 10 minutes means here, exactly in the middle. So for this part, you can find the displacement by this total time, displacement by time total time 40 minutes gives the average velocity, and this 2.5 plus 2.5 by 2 by 40 minutes gives the average speed for this part also. Like this we have to solve this problem. Okay, and here we are having one more problem. 44th, two trains P and Q moving along the parallel tracks with the same uniform speed of 20 meters per second. Okay, the driver of P, train P, decides to overtake the train Q and accelerates his train at 1 meter per second speed. Right, after 50 seconds, the train crosses the engine of the train Q. Find out what was the distance between the two trains initially, provided by the length of each train is 400 meters. Okay. Okay. Two trains P and Q are moving along the parallel tracks with same uniform speed. For the P also 20 meters per second. Even for the Q also it is 20 meters per second. Right? The driver of train P decides to overtake the train Q. Here I have written P here and Q here. The reason is, so the driver of train P wants to overtake the train Q. That means P is in the backward direction, Q is in the forward. That's why he wants to overtake the train. Okay. So for that, he moves with an acceleration of 1 meter per second square. For the train P, acceleration is 1 meter per second square. After 50 seconds, the train P crosses the engine of the train Q. Crosses the engine of the train Q in the sensor. So during this 50 seconds, during this time of 50 seconds, as the train moves with an acceleration of 1 meter per second square, so this distance traveled by P, train P, should be equal to the distance traveled by the train Q plus as well as the initial gap between the P and Q. Vortex in the sensor, overtakes in the sense it is not, we can't say it is overtaken. Then also we can't say. So whenever this completely the last part of the train P, okay, leaves the first part of the train Q, then we can say that is overtake is done. That means, so for that overtaking, it has to travel the length of the train Q as well as the length of the train P also. The length of each train is given here 400 meters. Okay, so here what we have to find means this initial gap we have to find. Okay, so the distance traveled by the train P during this 50 seconds of this acceleration should be equal to the gap between the P and Q plus the distance traveled by the train Q and the length of each trains. Okay, x plus distance traveled by Q plus length of the train P plus length of the train Q is equals to distance traveled by P. That is what the thing. By solving this, we will be getting the x value. Got it? SP in the sense distance traveled by the train P. Now we will try to solve x plus what is the distance traveled by the train Q. Since it is moving with uniform velocity 20 meters per second for that 50 seconds, so ut plus half a square. So as the acceleration will be 0, otherwise directly you can take distance equal to speed into time. So 20 into 50 plus 400 plus 400, 800. And here it is equals to distance traveled by the P. Since it is moving with an acceleration, ut plus half a square, u 20 into time 50 plus half a 1 t square 50 into 50. Got it? So x plus 1000 plus 800 is equals to 1000 plus 50, 2500, 1250. Got it? 1000 gets cancelled. So x is equals to 1250 minus 800. So this is equals to 450 meters. So like this we have to get the solution. Okay? 450 meters will be the answer. So no need to get any confused for this also. Very easily by looking at this details, given details, we can get the solution. But overtaking is done in the sense that you have to understand. Initial gap should be covered. The distance started by the train Q also should be covered. The length of the train Q also should be covered. And the length of the train P also should be covered. Okay. So like this, here we have some theoretical questions 45, 46, 47, 48. Okay. You can go through all these things. And when it comes to this 49 and 50th, 49th question and 50th question. So by using the concepts of progressions, okay, so we have to try to solve this. I will try to make sure to understand. If it is okay, understand to you, if you are able to understand, okay, otherwise you can leave these two, but try to understand. I will give you the guidance for these two also. Right? Right. So 49th one, a car travels with speeds v, 2v, 3v and so on nv for successive time intervals which are in the ratio 1:2:3 and so on n. Find the average speed of the car. So here in the case of average speed cases are equal case 1, case 2, case 3 we have seen. When the speeds and time intervals are given, when the distance and time intervals are given, when the distance and speeds are given. So we have to use that concept for this. Okay, here we are having speeds and time intervals. So for this average speed formula, this is what already we have seen. That we are going to make use here. V1 T1 plus V2 T2 plus V3 T3 by T1 plus T2 plus T3. So here ratios are given. So we can go through this. V, 2V and 3V and so on means V into T1 is given as 1, okay, plus V2 in the sense 2V into 2 plus V3 3V into 3 and so on by time equals 1 plus 2 plus 3 so on. Actually we should not write like this. Actually 1 is to 2 is to 3 is given, 1T, 2T, 3T like this we have to take. And again 1T plus 2T plus 3. By taking T, it will get cancelled so that it will no problem. You can take like this. Okay. So now here V is taken as common and then it is written as V is taken as 1. 1 into 1, 1 square plus 2 into 2, 2 square plus 3 into 3, 3 square plus so on by 1 plus 2 plus 3. So this is what here we are going to use some problems in the mathematics. You will come across these problems. That is sigma. Okay, sigma n is equals to n into n plus 1 by 2. So when it comes to sigma n square, sigma n in the sense 1 n equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 so on like this. N square in the sense 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square like this. So here we are going to know the formula for sigma n square also. That is sigma n square is equals to n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. Okay. So if necessary, so we can make use of sigma n cube also. That is for this square n into n plus 1 by 2 whole square. So by using these three, we should solve here. Here this is n square plus this is n. So v into n square means this one n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. Okay. Whole by 1 plus 2 plus 3 sigma n. N into n plus 1 by 2. So n gets cancelled, n plus 1 gets cancelled, 2 1 there, 2 3 there. So 2n plus 1 by 3 into v. So here the average speed is, so the remaining thing is 2n plus 1 by 3 into v. This is the answer. So like this here we have to solve. Similarly we have one more problem. So you try to solve this one. A body travels with speeds v, 2v, 3v and so on and v during the successive journey distances which are in the ratio 1 is to 2 is to 3. Okay, for this distances are given. So here we have seen the formulas d1 plus d2 plus d3 by d1 by v1 plus d2 by v2 plus d3 by v3. By using that, here you can solve this. Try to solve the 50th problem by using this concept. So this is how you need to complete all these problems, 50 problems also. With complete notes, you should submit that all the things. Still, if you have any doubts, you can forward that either through WhatsApp or by making a call to me. Okay. So this is only the syllabus for this week. Thank you to all.